I'm Scott Weatherhead, a candidate of Solutions Barbados, a political party offering the difference you've been seeking. I will now expand on our economic policy. Over the past 8 years, Barbados has suffered 20 bond rating downgrades, and Barbadians are now bearing the brunt of the consequences of this economic situation. Some have said we should go to the International Monetary Fund for a solution. Now, what would we be going to the IMF for? Another loan and IMF-prescribed austerity measures? Are we not already in enough debt and under enough austerity measures? Ask yourself what the word austerity means. Its definition is given as grave or somber. Are these the measures you want to see imposed in Barbados? Ladies and gentlemen, if Barbados courts a possible IMF solution, the IMF will prescribe more austerity measures. It is a well-known fact that IMF measures adversely affect the poor, despite the opposition of the states involved. In the past, the IMF has forced poorer countries to repay short-term loans, which resulted in increased economic and social pressure. This is clearly not an option for Barbados at this time. Would putting this country in further debt with a loan and austerity measures from the IMF be a viable solution? More debt? More austerity? What will this lead to? It will ultimately lead to the devaluation of the Barbados dollar, and this is unacceptable. Most of the products you and I consume are imported, and if our dollar becomes devalued, everything we Barbadians use becomes far more expensive, making the poor, the working class, and the vulnerable unable to survive. I want to remind Barbadians that Solutions Barbados is the only party with a workable plan, offering solutions to fix Barbados' economy. Our policies and solutions are published. So ask yourself, what will a Solutions Barbados government do for me? And why should I be confident that their proposed initiatives will work for me? Today, 30 cents on every dollar that you earn goes to the government in the form of taxes. You get to keep 70 cents. Today, Barbados is indebted to the tune of $13.7 billion. This means that you, the people of Barbados, owe this money, and you and your children will have to pay it back over your lifetimes through taxes under the current financial system of government. The current fiscal policy and tax system continues to fail us. There are so many taxes applied on so many things that there is almost no money left for citizens of this country to survive. Today, you pay 17.5% VAT, 10% NSRL, 2% tax on foreign exchange, 10% excise tax, up to 60% import duty, 25% corporation tax, 2.5% property transfer tax, up to 33.5% income tax, up to 6% life insurance tax, up to 4.75% general insurance tax, 0.35% bank tax on assets, 1% stamp duty, consumption tax on fuel, and many other taxes and levies which are built into products and services you purchase or consume every day in Barbados. Barbadians are overtaxed and overburdened, and the tax system is totally ineffective. As a result, Barbados has a depressed economy and is facing total financial ruin. My fellow Barbadians, I urge you to make the right decision for progression. Solutions Barbados proposes to replace all of the existing taxes you currently pay with a simple, easy to manage, and easy to audit 10% flat tax on income applied to citizens and businesses. This means that instead of giving the government 30 cents on every dollar you currently earn, you will only give them 10 cents on every dollar you earn. Technically speaking, with the help of Solutions Barbados, you are directly giving yourself a pay hike. In addition, this means that corporations will fairly and equally contribute to the tax base, and the misplaced tax burden on the poor and working class will be corrected. Now, as a result of this change, we will put money back in your pocket, and there will be more money left to circulate the economy. Government will raise revenue and reduce its expenses. Allow me to explain how this is possible. Now, when the existing government increases taxes in Barbados, increasing the cost of living, it inadvertently also increases the cost to run the government, since the government is the largest employer and the largest purchaser of goods and services in this country. When government raises taxes to meet expenditure, the increased taxes on the country causes an increase in expenditure to the government once again. So they raise taxes in the next year, and that causes an increase in expenditure in that year. And they continuously chase a moving target year after year while borrowing money to cover the accumulated deficits each year and leaving you with the burden of this debt. This is ridiculously unsustainable. We are now living with the consequences of this perennial failed approach to unraveling Barbados' economic woes, to the tune of $13.7 billion of debt and the 20th downgrade of our bond rating. Solutions Barbados will reduce taxes, not raise them, thus reducing the cost to run the government, putting more money back in your pocket and stimulating the economy. Solutions Barbados will completely overhaul the BRA and implement a 10% flat tax on income across the board for all citizens and corporations, replacing VAT, NSRL, consumption tax, excise tax, corporation tax, and many others. Solutions Barbados will put a stop to indiscriminate government borrowing immediately. The flat tax proposed is nothing new, nor is it something that Solutions Barbados invented. It has worked successfully in over 37 countries around the world, including some right here in the Caribbean, and 11 US states. And once properly managed, it will work in Barbados as well. By increasing revenue, Solutions Barbados will reduce our country's debt to GDP ratio and allow our bond ratings to recover, providing easier access to capital for businesses on the international markets at lower interest rates. Solutions Barbados is offering you the difference you've been looking for. Barbadians will have more money left in their wallets at the end of the month. Now, what will you do when you have more money? You will spend it on enjoying your life instead of paying taxes. You and Solutions Barbados will improve the quality of life for all Barbadians. Remember, Solutions Barbados is the only party with workable solutions to stimulate Barbados' economy. Solutions Barbados, the way forward. Thank you.